He started accusing me of sleeping with my clients. I do massage for a living. I'm a masseuse.
Christy and Oliver were planning to be married until the day he says he watched her through a rear window.
I could be in the laundry room and actually look into the living room and see everything that was going on.
You're telling me that she was being indiscreet in your own home, with you home?
Yeah.
Parties on Nelson versus Thies. Step forward, please.
24-year-old massage therapist Christy Nelson is suing boyfriend Oliver Thies for assault and property damage. He claims he left Christy because she was too intimate with one of her massage clients.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 72 on the calendar in the matter of Nelson versus Thies. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Miss Nelson, I always get nervous when I see somebody bringing in their papers and shopping bags.
Well, I just had to bring in my evidence of my broken stuff.
According to this complaint, listen, according to this complaint, you met this past New Year's Eve at a party. And you moved in the next day to her house?
About 3 days later.
So you were sure that this was going to be it?
Looked pretty good at the time.
And, Miss Nelson, you allege in your complaint that things went from bad to worse.
Yes.
That you lent Mr. Thies a lot of money.
Yes, I did.
And that he became jealous, obsessive.
Yes.
Destroyed all your property in a fit of rage. You want $5,000.
Yes.
He says that nothing could be farther from the truth. You destroyed your own property when you were in a fit of rage, and he wants money from you, including his moving costs.
Okay.
So far, is that the case?
Yes.
So, let's hear your side of the story.
Okay, well, basically, he moved in with me, and everything was good in the beginning, but I do massage for a living. I'm a masseuse, and he started accusing me of sleeping with my clients when I went over there, and so that caused a lot of problems in our relationship, and I said, that's far from the truth. I invited him to go with me on my massages to these people's houses, and he went with me, saw nothing was going on, and still accused me of that. And so things got worse. He started physically hitting me, hit me in the chest when I was in the car once and pulled me forward and demanded my money. And so, of course, I gave it to him. I was scared. And he
demanded what money?
Money
This isn't true,
out of my
Judge.
pocket. Yes, it is.
Just a second. Just a second. I'll get to you.
And so that was just one incident. He's also given me a bloody nose. He's hit me upside the head.
So when did you decide that you had enough, madam? I mean,
well,
when,
I needed a few
you
more
know,
abuses.
to me, if somebody is thinking about putting his hands on me, that's enough to throw his behind out the front door.
I always thought that too until I was in a situation. I thought I was madly in love with him, and I thought that things
How could
would
you
get
be
better.
madly in love with somebody who
Well, because
beats
he's
you?
very charming.
There's nothing charming about giving you a bloody nose.
Yeah, that's true. But, and then he went through
There's no
just
buts there.
rages. Yes, it's true. And destroyed my property. He destroyed my camcorder, $1,000. I haven't even finished paying this yet.
How did he destroy your camcorder?
Some sort of tool. He stabbed into it and then busted into a million pieces. He found a phone bill
It's
of
not
mine.
true.
I had my cell phone that he destroyed.
And to tell me how that happened.
He was saying, you were calling all these guys on your phone, or I see it on your phone bill. I called all these people, and you're cheating on me and all this stuff.
It's not true, Judge.
I haven't heard about the loans that you made to him. You said you made him
okay,
loans.
yes. I gave him, I have a receipt here from the real estate guy saying that I did give $1,000 for the down payment on a house or to hold it. And if it didn't go through, that I would get the money back. But I didn't get the money back. He took it. And he says it right here on this piece of paper right here. I also have...
Can I see it, please?
It's not true, Judge. I never said
I
anything on
have-
a piece of paper.
Just a second.
Oh, you did too.
Hey, can I see it, please?
Yes, and then there's checks right there of what he owes me for things I bought him for his window washing service and for the DMV that I paid for his car insurance.
Okay. All right. Now, let's see your side of the story, and then we'll get to this money.
Yeah, it's like you said. We met on New Year's Eve, and we thought things were going to be, nice. It was going to be a nice relationship. At least that's how I thought it was going. And, she decided that she was going to be doing massage, telling me how she just does legitimate massage. Now, we moved into an apartment complex called the Marina Harbor Apartments, and where this apartment was located was right next to a laundry room. So I could be in the laundry room and actually look into the living room and see everything that was going on. And she wasn't just giving massages. So, you know, I told her I wasn't going to hang out with her anymore.
How do you know that?
Because I saw it for myself with my eyes.
You're telling me that she was being indiscreet in your own home, with you home?
Yeah, as I was. Yeah, she's just telling me she was doing an in-call massage, and it wasn't a massage. And she just completely humiliates me constantly.
Well, let me ask you this question. So when did you see that?
This was back in April.
When did you separate?
Mother's Day.
I tried to separate from her that day, and she came running after me, telling me how, you know, she was sorry and this and that, and she just needed to make some money because that's how she makes a living, and she's been making a living like that for 4 years. She's been arrested twice for that kind of a charge. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Have you been arrested twice?
I have been arrested, but I have not been convicted of anything.
And
what were you arrested for?
Prostitution.
Go ahead.
So anyways, you know, at that point, our relationship kind of fizzled out, and she took it into her own hands to try to keep me around any way she knew possible. And I actually tried to stick it out for a while, and then I just got fed up and I left because she continued to see this Taiwanese guy from Taiwan, and she just wouldn't let it go, you know. And, you know, I've talked to this guy, I've confronted him, and he's a complete weirdo, you know, and he knows that we're boy and girlfriend at the time, and he just won't stop. And she's all into this guy. And I just got fed up. I left. In her fits of rage, she would throw things at me, and I don't know. She's trying to get money out of anybody and everything that she can. And she's trying to get money out of me.
Let me ask you this question, sir. Something that you said to me doesn't make sense, and I really don't understand it.
Mm.
If I saw somebody that I was in love with, living with, having sex, which is, I assume, what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is.
With somebody in my house, I wouldn't stick around.
I didn't. I left.
No, you didn't. You came back. You said she told you to come back, and you came back.
Well, when you live with somebody, you create, you know, emotional bonding, and I had some real strong feelings for her. You know, so you can overlook a lot of things when you have emotional feelings for somebody. So that's what I did. And I know, I was very deeply hurt, you know, and I'm still very deeply hurt. And
well,
that's why we're
there are a
not
couple
together
of
now.
lessons in that, sir. One of the lessons is you don't meet somebody on January 1st and move in with them on January 3rd. That's very dumb.
Yeah, this is LA.
That's
though.
very dumb.
Yes.
This is LA. This is still part of the universe, the last time I heard. Not everybody who lives in LA are cretins. They're mostly very smart people. Most people who live in LA do not meet somebody on the 1st and move in with them and set up housekeeping on the 3rd. Find out, according to you, that the person to whom they've given their heart is a prostitute, right? And then stick around.
Well, I didn't find out she was an actual prostitute till about 5 months later.
That's not true.
When she actually told me she was arrested and her past life, and that's when I found out, and that's when I was out for good.
Did you ever take any money from her?
No, I never did.
You took $1,000 from her to put down as a down payment on a house. What do you
Well,
mean? That's a well is not an answer, sir. Make sure I get everything truthfully from you. Did you take $1,000 from her?
She did give me $1,000.
Just a minute, now we're getting to it. She did give you $1,000.
But I've given it back to her.
Well, how?
Just cash. Gave it back to her cash.
When?
That day, as a matter of fact. Because I already had enough in my bank account to cover that.
Well, why would you let her give the $1,000 in cash if you gave it back to her the same day?
Well, why would she want to give $1,000 up anyways?
Because we were getting a house together.
Is that an answer?
Well, we didn't get a house together, so I gave her back her money.
This was a very bad idea for the two of you. This was a very bad idea for the two of you.
Anyways,
Here, give this back.
I am now,
I have no IOUs with her. If she has anything that says I owe her anything,
well, you know what, Oliver?
then she can show
you
that right
forget
now. But
I'm 12 weeks pregnant with your baby, okay?
Well, it
Now, what
could
are we
be the
gonna do
Taiwanese
No,
guy's
I'm not
child.
having sex with Taiwanese, all right?
Miss Nelson, Miss Nelson, listen to me. You're not going to resolve the fact that you are pregnant and the parentage of that child until the child is born. Do you know that?
Fine.
You understand that?
Yes.
See, now she's just trying to get money out of me any way she can, because she's trying.
Here, give this
I
back.
also
She
have a
knows
tape
she
here,
has a kid
him
coming.
admitting that it's his baby. And him giving me threatening messages that he's going to bust my face into a million pieces if I don't get an abortion.
Listen to me. What does that have to do with the price of tomatoes?
Well, that just has to do with how violent he really is. It's his nature. And he did destroy all my property.
Did you destroy any of her property, sir?
No, I didn't.
How did the property get destroyed? All that
I
stuff.
have no idea. Probably the Taiwanese guy, when he got mad, he found out she was trying to keep it a secret that I was her boyfriend with this guy. Okay, guess who she's living with now? Ask her. Taiwanese.
That would be
He's a
interesting.
midget.
Shh. Miss Nelson.
Oh, you are unbelievable.
He goes to
Miss
USC.
Nelson, sounds to me as if the two of you made some very serious mistakes, and quite frankly, neither of you has record sufficient to demonstrate to me whether he owes you money for loans. He says he paid for your car. You have any proof of that, sir?
Of,
That you paid for her car. That's one of the things that you're
I just gave her
cross-claiming
cash
for.
all the time.
So you have no proof.
It was good faith, and we were getting along back
Listen.
then when I did give her money.
I can't rely on your good faith because neither of you has too much upstairs. It's the truth. I read these papers initially. I said, he's probably pretty nutty, living with somebody who he says he saw having sex with somebody in his house. But you've been arrested twice for prostitution. Maybe there's a possibility that
Once.
he's...
And that was 5 years ago. For dancing.
She can't even get her
It was
story
not
straight.
convicted.
It's a little
In
obvious.
any event,
Up, Oliver.
you also want $1,100 for moving.
Yes, I had to get a new apartment. I had first and last month's rent, and it
Okay.
left me with less money than I had. Okay, and I needed a place immediately.
You don't really expect me to give you any money for that, do you, from her? You don't really expect me to do that, do you? Mm-hmm. Huh?
Yes.
Dream on, sir. Listen, very rarely do I hear a case where I feel as if both people in a relationship such as yours sort of deserve each other. That's the way I feel in this case. You started out dumb, you ended up dumb, probably both a little poorer. Your complaint is dismissed, your countersuit is dismissed. Go and have a happy life.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I have a restraining order on him. I want him to stay away because he does harass me. He's punched my friends out, and that's a problem. You know, he's got a really bad temper. I mean, and I still care about him very much.
I saw
Why
a
are
short
you doing that?
Taiwanese man in there.
He felt I was having an affair with this guy, Terry, which I wasn't.
She says the divorce was caused by his cheating. He says his wife found another man.
I don't think he should be contacting my wife and trying to go out with her.
Now she wants her jewels, the wedding album, and especially their intimate home video.
You want them back or you want them destroyed?
Destroyed.
We're good at that.
Parties on Snook. Step forward.
30-year-old Melinda Snook and her husband James, 32, are divorcing because of alleged infidelity by both parties. They have brought their dispute over 2 loans before Judge Judy Scheindlin's court.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Your Honor, this is case number 143 on the calendar in the matter of Snook versus Snook. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated.
You folks were married for 8 years. Still married, but in the
Yes.
process of getting a divorce.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
You have 2 kids?
Yes.
How old are they?
8 and 3. 8 and 3?
Boy and a girl?
Yes.
At issue in this case are 2 loans that were made during the course of your marriage. One for $3,500,
38?
$3,800 to your mother,
Yes.
and another one to a friend for $1,500.
Correct.
Correct.
You, sir, seem to acknowledge that these loans were made, but refuse to contribute towards repaying them.
Yes.
You're going to tell me why in a minute, I assume. Also at issue are possession of wedding photographs. Is that in an album?
There's a few that he has that he's taken out, but I have some, he has some, but I prefer to have them all together.
They're more like personal photos, private photos that she would like to have back.
I'm talking about the wedding photos.
The wedding photos?
Yes.
There was a few he had, but that was not the issue. The ones that were the issue was the private, personal photos that we had that I want back. And the photos of our kids, videotapes of the children that he has.
Well, first, let's talk about the loans, then we'll talk about these photographs. What was this loan for $3,800 to her mother?
It
What was it for?
money accumulated through the time of our marriage that her mom had loaned her.
What do you mean loaned her?
Excuse me. Yes, thank you.
Just a second.
Sorry.
I don't need help. What do you mean that she loaned her?
Some of the loans I knew about, some of the loans I did not know about. They were for bills that we accumulated.
Well, sir, you seem to acknowledge that her mother made loans to you as a couple
Yes.
for your bills in the amount of $3,800. Now, that doesn't mean that he's responsible to pay the $3,800. You understand that?
That he's not responsible to pay it?
No, he's only responsible to pay a portion of it,
Yes.
half of it. You seem not to understand that in your papers.
Well, he won't pay any of it.
You understand, at least I hope you understand now, that he is not solely responsible for paying the $3,800. If your mother made a loan to the two of you as a couple, it seems reasonable for each of you to be responsible for half of that loan, unless you can give me some reason why you shouldn't be responsible for half of that loan.
I don't think I should be responsible for any of the loan.
Well, you're going to tell me why in a second. We haven't gotten to that part yet. First, I want to make sure that she's being reasonable.
First
Then
off,
I'll get to your being reasonable.
First off, I do think he should pay for most of it too, because part of the loan that we took out, she wrote off $2,500 of it through my college education that I had before I met Jamie. And
I don't understand that.
we had a debt of about $6,500, and she wrote off $2,500 of it as a thank you to me for me paying for my own college.
I'm not talking about your college, madam. I'm talking about the money that your mother lent, come on, for your household bills, which were $3,800. I assume over the course of time this was in dribs and drabs.
Yes, and part of it also was for his vending that he had to take out, and I figure he should pay for that.
For his what?
He has vending machines, like snack machines and stuff.
Were the vending machines the source of your family's income?
No.
What do you do for a living, sir?
I work at special effects and repairs on rides.
And you also have some vending machines?
Yes.
And what did you do with the money that you got from these vending machines?
I was paying on the loan that was taken out for the machines, and the accounts were small, so they weren't making enough to pay the loans.
So you were hoping that this business would get going?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to debate this with you any further. You are responsible for half of these loans. Now, let's get to you. You don't think you should be responsible for any loan to her mother?
Correct.
Tell me why.
Currently, I'm paying out a month right now for my expenses and her expenses, $2,800 a month. That's just monthly payments. I write out every month in checks.
Right.
And then I have another $10,000 of other unpaid bills that I'm going to be responsible to pay for also. So as a contribution towards this, she can take care of that loan while I'm taking care of my living expenses.
Do you work?
Presently, right now, no, I don't.
Well, how are you supporting yourself?
Right now, Jamie is supporting us with what he gives us, but Jamie seems to only want to pay when he wants to pay the bills, and he doesn't have a $10,000 debt that I'm involved in. So I disagree with what he's saying there.
What kind of work had you been doing?
I'm a hairdresser. And I did for 10 years, and I supported Jamie for the first 2 years of our relationship.
I assume that when the divorce is over, you're going to go back to work.
Oh, I'm going back to work.
So, sir,
Yes.
right now, are you voluntarily paying this $2,800, or are you paying it by court order?
Voluntarily.
You're going to have to allocate some of that money towards repaying the loan to her mother. Half of it. Do you understand? $1,800. Half the loan to her mother. Now you have a $1,500 loan to a friend. What was that for? Who wants to tell me?
It was a loan she had taken out from a friend of hers to catch up on some bills we were behind on, and...
Mr. Snook, you keep saying she took out the loans to catch up on bills that we were behind on.
Well...
You mean she asked for the loan?
She did.
And you, too, spent the money on household bills that you were behind on.
Yes.
So, Why shouldn't you be responsible for paying back half of those bills?
Initially, I would have felt I was responsible to pay back half, or pay the full amount of the loan or half the loan, except for on the time of our disputing of our difficult times, this gentleman started calling the house and asking her out, and they would go out to the bar and they'd meet and have drinks and stuff, and I thought it was very disrespectful for him to go after my wife and as a friend, and I don't feel like I should pay him now.
You don't have to love him, sir. You just have to pay him. And you only have to pay him half, so it should make you feel better.
I felt he was wrong on that because he felt I was having an affair with this guy, Terry, which I wasn't. He felt I was doing something behind his back, so he wasn't going to repay this loan. He tells me flat out that he's not repaying it because he says, I cheated with another man, and now I can do the debt. But that's not true. And
well, whatever. You asked Terry for the $1,500.
Only because he asked me to.
I did not.
Just a second. You sound, madam,
Yes,
you sound like a very, very self-assured person. You didn't ask Terry only because he asked you to. I mean, he didn't strap you down.
No, I don't normally go out and ask people for money.
But you
especially
asked
friends.
Terry for this money. You have to pay $750 back to Terry, and so do you. Do you understand? That's
Yes,
fair.
ma'am.
We're talking about being fair. When a marriage breaks up, there are certain assets, and each of you will want half the assets, and there are certain liabilities.
Yeah, but being that I owe him money, I don't think he should be contacting my wife and trying to go out with her.
That's none of your business at this point.
Well, there was a
Just a
reason.
second. Don't respond. That's none of your business at
That
this
was
point.
disrespectful as a friend, and then expect me to pay him money after he's trying to sleep with my wife. And then he wants his money back, so he gets her and the money too.
Let me explain something to you. You made this debt. You and your wife made this debt. If it turned out that you didn't like him over anything, whether you felt that he was disrespectful towards you because he was pursuing your wife, whether that's true or not, it's really not relevant. Whether he disrespected you in some other way, that does not negate the fact that you owe this money. Somebody is going to have to pay him back the money, and you originally agreed to pay him back this money as a couple. Period. End of discussion. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Now let's get to the rest of the stuff, which all sometimes is the most sticky of wickets with regard to people who are divorcing. Wedding photographs, photographs of the children, videos of the babies. These things are treasures of the children's, not really yours. It's interesting, 50% of the marriages in this country, unfortunately, fail. It's a sad statistic, but true. And so many wedding albums end up having heads cut out of them. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Because that's what you choose to do. The truth is, when your children are adults and much older and you're not here anymore, your children and grandchildren would like to be able to look at their family histories. So I want you to think of these photographs of your wedding and the times that you spent together with your children as really being, you're holding them in trust for your kids. They're not really yours. The wedding albums really will have no sentimental value for you, but they will for your children. The wedding photographs should not be headless. This picture, you have no head in that picture. He has no head. So I don't care how you deal with that. If one person wants to keep them and put them in a vault, we can do that. Or it's very easy. We live in a very technologically sophisticated era. You can make copies of pictures. You can make copies of videos. So you have family videos that are in your possession. Is that right?
Yes.
And you would like them.
Not just the family videos. He also has some personal pictures I want to make sure I get back.
Let's talk about the personal pictures in a second. I'm talking about the children's pictures. If that's not an issue, then don't waste my time.
Oh, no, it is an
put
issue.
it in you put it in your paper, so
Oh,
I'm
yes, I
addressing
want the
it.
videos because he said I couldn't have them.
Sir,
Yes.
she should have every picture that you have in your possession, or a copy thereof. You have pictures in your possession?
At home, yes.
Well, whether they're at home or whatever.
I already made the albums for the kids. That's why I want these pictures back.
Fine. He would like copies of all the pictures that you have. Do you understand?
Yes.
Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Good. So you add them all up. If you have 100 pictures, each one of you pay for 50 and make copies. So now you have half. And if you have a video that you want, is it a video of the kids?
Yes.
How many videos do you have of the children?
About roughly 8 or 9. I have them here.
Let me see what they're on. What kind of thing are they
I'm
on?
on VHS tape, Judge.
8
Just a
millimeter.
second. My technical advisor is giving me some information.
He can copy them on a VHS tape.
Good. You can copy them on a
VHS tape.
VHS tape. Make her a copy. So she has a copy and you have a copy. Is that fair?
Yes.
Perfect. Now, the photos that you want, I assume, the personal photos, because of the way you say it to me, probably of photographs that you would not like to have broadcast.
Exactly.
Are they
Yes.
all there, sir?
Yes.
And the tape?
Just a second. I want you,
And the
this is a
negatives?
tape,
Yes.
the tape in issue. Don't tell me what's on it. This is a family courtroom. I want you to look at these photographs and tell me if these are the photographs that you have a problem with. Okay?
If they're not all there?
Well, don't speculate. Look.
Most of them.
Okay.
There's a few I can see that he might not call bad that I still consider bad, but aren't in there.
But these are the worst
Yes.
of the lot.
Yes.
Now, you want them back or you want them destroyed?
Destroyed.
We're good at that. Okay, so
And
you
no
understand the
copies were made?
ground rules? Everything that you have of the kids, everything that you have of the kids is going to be copied so that each of you has a copy, so that hopefully the children will have always copies, pictures of themselves growing up,
Exactly.
that you will each have photographs. Hopefully that the children will always have the photographs to look back on. And you, sir, are going to give her a check for $2,650, and you are going to assume those two debts yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay? Now, is there anything that I've left out?
Yes.
What?
A mutual friend of ours that caused this whole thing that he is bothering to leave out why he won't pay the debts.
Just a second. He's paying the debt. Come on.
There's more to this than that, though.
Listen to me, madam. I don't have all day. I got a lot of cases to do. I've just resolved every issue that you presented to me in your complaint. Okay? I'm not a psychiatrist. If you have a problem, you should see a therapist. I'm here to resolve legal issues. Now,
Well,
are there any other legal issue of property
Yes.
that I have not resolved?
There was some pictures, as I said, that are missing that brought
know
into
about
a girl. It brings in another friend that caused a lot of problems.
Did you understand what I said, Miss Nook?
Yes.
Good. Is there any other property that you are interested in?
There is.
What?
There's a few, but I know she doesn't have them all. There might be nothing to you, but there are to me.
Listen to me. I have just resolved this. You understand what the court's ruling is?
Yes.
Good. One last bit of advice. You made two children. They're very young. They're 8 and 3 years old. You are going to have contact with each other for the next 20 years. Graduations, proms, engagements, weddings, after that, grandchildren. If your marriage is over for whatever reason, I want you to love your children more than you hate each other. Is that fair?
Yes.
Your children didn't ask to be born into a war zone. And I'm certain that when you had your kids, you had every intention of giving them a loving, secure home with two parents. That didn't work out. The children's emotional security should be paramount in your mind. And I want you to understand, and you to understand, that if either of the children has an emotionally damaged parent because of what you do to each other, that's going to hurt the kids. So I'm very serious with you. Love your children more than you hate each other.
Can I-
Okay? That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Good call, Judge.
It went a little bit too far, and he started having lunches with her and leaving little notes and stuff for her that he never did for me in our marriage, that stuff I wanted.
Me and her were really close friends at the time. And
Friends.
as a close friend, she was trying to tell me what was going on, what I wasn't seeing, that she was doing something wrong that I didn't see.
ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਅਸਥਾਨ ਜਗਮਗ ਨੂਰ ਹੈ ਜਗਮਗ ਨੂਰ ਹੈ ਜਗਮਗ ਨੂਰ ਹੈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਅਸਥਾਨ जगमग नूर है साध संगत अस्थान जगमग नूर है लख लख ससी अरपान किरण ठरूर है लख लख ससी अरपान किरण ठरूर है जगमग नूर है जगमग नूर है साध संगत अस्थान जगमग नूर है साध संगत अस्थान जगमग नूर है गुरमूर्त कर ध्यान सदा हजूर है गुरमुख शब्द ज्ञान नेड़ न दूर है जगमग नूर है जगमग नूर है साध संगत अस्थान जगमग नूर है साध संगत अस्थान जगमग नूर